Hey guys, it's Tessa. So this week, just like the last few weeks, I'm trying to use up a lot of my yarn, so this is another stash busting video. But today we are making a patchwork cardigan. I think I can complete this in about a week. I keep giving myself like week-ish deadlines, and they so far have worked out for me. I've already started making squares. It's just something I sometimes do when I'm waiting for a meeting to finish, or if I am just kind of bored and don't really know what to make, I just make some granny squares. 8 in this orange color, I have 2 in this dark green, and then I remembered I am making something out of a lot of my green yarn, so I don't want to use too much of it. I made 4 out of this nice lavendery lilac-y color. I have 1 in dark brown so far, 1 in this like cream color, 2 in the red heart, I think it's called like Aran tweed or something. And then finally 1 in this gold color. That's all I have made so far. I'm basically just been sitting here working on squares for the next like week or so. And I'll kind of check in as I run out of yarn and things like that, and we'll go from there. So firstly, you can tell I have new hair. It's gonna be a little bit of a shock. It's still a shock for me. I think it looked great. It's perfect for Halloween season coming up sort of ish, not really soon. Which is really exciting. But for what I've worked on so far, I think I previously said that I wanted to finish this cardigan in a week. I haven't touched it for like 7 days. I got busy with an order I was working on, as well as a couple other projects were my main focus. But we are back, and I'll show you where we're at. Okay, so I'm at 25 of our 6-row granny squares, but I realized something when I was preparing to start working on this again. Looking at the reference picture, you'll see that where these sleeves connect, those squares are larger. And I don't know how I didn't realize this the first time, but those clearly are at least a couple rows larger, and I just have no idea how I missed it. So what I have figured out from looking at that picture and adding the extensions that I'll need, I need a total of 36 of these squares, and then 8 of these squares with 8 rows instead, because I'll need 4 for each side as shown. So I'll just need 8 in total of these guys, so I think I'm just gonna get through these and finish them. Okay, and then I said I have 25 of the 6 squares so far. Then I'm a little bit over 2/3, or I'm just at 2/3 of the way through making the body squares, and then I just have 7 more of these to make. I'm purposely gonna make these in all different colors because I don't want any 2 colors to touch in general. And for the sleeves, I think it would be nice if, you know, those had completely different colors and none of them matched. I don't know, that's just kind of where I'm at. But that is the update for right now. I'm pretty much just gonna spend the rest of the day. It's only about like 3:30 right now almost. I'm just spending the rest of the night making squares, if I can, because I just need to get through this. I'm fairly close to being done, knowing that I only need 36 of this size and I'm at 25. I think that means I have 11 left-ish, and I already have another one I'm in the middle of. But yeah, so that's our update for now. I'll check back in. Alright, so I finished all 36 of the smaller squares and all 8 of the larger squares. Now it's time to piece everything together, and I will check in soon. Okay, so I put my tones kind of in piles where they match. So you have all of my darker tones here, and then all the lighter tones here. I also did the first part of the sleeves, so I've attached all the 4 squares together, and then the bottom part of the sleeve, so like where the wrist will be. And then I'm leaving this section open until I get the smaller squares seamed onto the shoulder piece, so that I can make sure everything lines up correctly before I start stitching up the final bit of the seam. Okay, so I have done all of the seaming for this guy, and I finished the cuffs. All I have left to do is the button band section, which I'm not putting buttons on it, so I'm just gonna have a really thick band. And then the waistband portion as well. And then as you can see, I've got all of these ends to weave in as well, once that's done. But yeah, I'm gonna get to the waistband and the button band and check back in. Alright, so overall, I really like the way the cardigan came out. I think it's pretty much perfect for fall season. From what you saw, I still have a ton of ends to weave in, but I just can't be bothered with that right now, so I'm not doing it. I did a single crochet back loop only on the cuffs and the ribbing, and then for the like button band section I did back loop only again, and then on the final one I just did normal so that it would look fine. But yeah, so this is the finished patchwork cardigan. It took me way longer than I thought it would to complete, which is really frustrating, but it's fine. I was able to get it figured out. Pretty much the thing that took forever was just making the squares. I think I had like 30 squares for like 2 weeks or something like that, because I had a bunch of squares that I hadn't finished yet and some that I hadn't started. It was just really annoying. But yeah, I hope you like this week's video. If you end up making something similar, let me know. And I hope you guys have a good week. Bye!